Alright, guys, welcome to Immediate Review, where we see a movie in theaters and review it immediately.
And boy, we just saw a great movie.
We just saw the exquisite, the not overhyped at all, Gemini Man in SCREENX.
SCREENX. It's great. I saw the trailer for Gemini Man and I didn't expect it to be very good, and we just kind of went on a whim and fuck, it was great. I mean, it's wonderful.
Yeah, the Will Smith CGI on his face, excellent.
So
Definitely
good.
nothing wrong with that at all. The movie's just like so good. It has so much to say about like the relationships between fathers and sons.
And nature versus nurture. Nature versus nurture. It's a very strong commentary on like the way we raise people and how society can influence our decision-making process. And like, I don't know, man. I just feel like this movie had a lot to say about the duality of man as well.
Yeah, and like love and family and like, the complexities of like a person raised to murder instead of normal stuff.
I'd have to say too, we take these trips to go see like 35 millimeter and 70 millimeter prints. I mean, I'm done. SCREENX, man.
SCREENX
is where it's at. I'm
SCREENX.
fucking done watching movies
Yes.
on stupid Flickr film.
Yeah, standard
Oh,
is completely
SCREENX.
destroyed. SCREENX. If you haven't seen SCREENX, you go and you sit front row.
In case you can't tell, we're being fucking totally sarcastic. This is so fucking horrible. Like, my God.
Actually, that went on a lot longer than I thought it was going to. Yeah, this movie's fucking awful.
Holy shit.
Holy shit, it's bad.
All right, we're going to talk about the SCREENX afterwards. We'll put in a little clicky thing so you can click on it if you want to skip past. But let's just get into the movie. Man, the movie, quote unquote.
Yeah, the movie. Okay, so this movie is fucking bad. All right, like, it tries to do this whole like espionage, like spy, murder, thriller, James Bond, but it's Will Smith type fucking thing, and it just goes and it tries to do this like, all right, obviously anybody watching this has seen the trailers. Like, you guys have seen the trailers. You know that there's a little boy Will Smith, like. They CGI his face. He's young. And they build it up in this movie as if it is the biggest fucking twist reveal in the goddamn world. It is so ridiculous. It's like, yeah, we get it. Like, he's a little kid. And like...
Wait! Did you see that guy back there? He looked like you. Did you have a son?
Oh my...
Did you have a son?
Was so, just like... So the guy that attacked us, did you notice anything weird about him? Do you look a little similar? Do you think maybe you got a kid? Yeah, that was fucking so bad. Hold on. Will Smith, also little boy Will Smith, is a master of motorcycle kung fu. He manages to fight older Will Smith like legit with the dirt bike, like in the street. It's fucking just like sideswipes him, like hits him hard enough with enough speed with a tire to like literally kill a person. And Will Smith's just like, old Will Smith's just like, and then he just like, it's like, man, this fucking movie. Okay, go ahead.
Ooh, no, keep going, man. I am just like, man, I was holding, like, we were laughing a lot during the movie, but like, I was holding back, man. I could have laughed twice as hard, twice as long, but it was just there were very few people, or we were right next to people. It's like, I just like, but man, we couldn't help it. It's such a funny film. It is such a fucking shitty movie.
Yeah, it's laughable, like what this fucking movie does, and like the whole like. There's a scene where both of us were just like I can't fucking believe they like did that, where they have this encounter with the young Will Smith for the first time, and they're just like, oh yeah, like he looked just like you.
All right, man.
And we're just, it's like, it's bad.
Here's the deal, though. I'm not gonna lie, man. I didn't realize during that whole fight sequence that he was fighting himself as a clone. Because, like, the CGI and stuff looked so bad. I just thought he was just fighting some random guy.
Yeah, just some, like, elite soldier.
Yeah, it looked nothing like him, and it showed him in the mirror, and it's like, he did not look like Will Smith to me. I don't know if I just, like, we were sitting too far back or what, but, like, I watched that whole sequence, and I was like, when's the fucking Gemini man gonna show up? Because it just didn't look like Will Smith at all. Like,
yeah, and like once like the scenes that are like action based, you can kind of get away with it. There's like some stuff that it's like his body, like his entire body, definitely looks CG. But like
there's a lot of that.
The motion and like action and stuff, it was acceptable. Like it looks like, you know, average CG that you'd get from an action scene, but like. The fact that they do it...
Really? You'd call it I thought it was fucking shit, man. I think that 15-year-old Matrix sequels look better with their CGI fight sequences.
To be fair, I'm not a huge fan of action movies, so, you know, like, take that with a grain of salt.
Oh, man.
But, yeah, basically, like the CG on his face wasn't terrible in the fast motion stuff, but when it was, like, actually on screen... and you're looking at his face, it looked fucking really bad. Like, and they didn't, like, do it, like Will Smith, I feel like, with his voice acting, just went, like, bare bones with it, like, especially in the final scene.
It looked like they fucking woke him up every day, and he just went, huh? Oh, alright, what are my lines? Cool. And then he just set him, and then passed the fuck out until the next scene.
Yeah, and,
he was fucking, like, I love Will Smith. I think he's a great actor, but he clearly was not trying at all.
No, his delivery was exactly the same as his, like, adult version performance. Like, completely the same.
He tried to do a little, like, make his voice sound younger.
In the beginning, he did.
More so in the beginning. Eventually,
the final scenes, like, man, you can't tell it all.
No, you're right. Eventually, when they were having an argument back and forth, it was like, man, close your eyes. You can't tell what's going on.
Yeah, man, like... Yeah, I don't know. The first encounter, too, is really weird because they do this whole thing where, like, he's setting up the catacombs and he's going to ambush him, and then they show up and they fight for, like, 2 seconds and old Will Smith wins. It's like, okay, well, that's fucking super quick. And then they're just like, oh, yeah, now they're going to talk and build up emotional turmoil.
Dude, they get really emotional with it.
And then they're going to fight, like, afterwards instead of just getting it over with and having whatever conflict.
I was shocked. I mean, I got no problems, you know, watching, like, emotional action movies, but it just came out of nowhere. It was just like, I am soulless clone fucking fighting, and then when you meet him, he's just like, why don't you love me, daddy?
No, yeah, totally.
Did you ever think about my feelings?
Yeah. and yeah, like, literally, you could tell that this, like, young Will Smith, like, character, like, not like Will Smith acting, but, like, the written character, like, he has no sense of, like, who he is as a person, like, at all.
No,
and, like, when he gets back to his dad, it's like all the stuff that old Will Smith told him, just like, yeah, you ain't happy unless you on your belly about to shoot a motherfucker. It's like, that's the only time I'm happy. And then he goes to his dad, it's like, I'm only happy when the old man said I'm happy.
I'm only happy.
And it was all true.
Oof. Oh, man. Clive Owen. A wasted Clive Owen who's getting old. Not that matters, but, you know, I just noticed. But, yeah, man, they fucking... I don't know what Clive Owen was doing in this movie. They also wasted Mary Elizabeth Winstead. She's back.
This movie was hyped up so much.
Was it?
Like,
I have not. You mentioned seeing online things. I haven't.
Dude, there was so fucking much stuff. Like there was an ad, like either a trailer or like a YouTube ad or something that was basically saying like the visual effects that they were gonna do on his face was going to change cinema as we know it.
Dude,
like it's gonna change the way we film movies.
It's gonna make me appreciate whatever movie I watch next more. That's for sure.
I mean, if it does anything to change cinema, hopefully it gives a good template of like what not to do, and then yeah, because like if it like whatever it tries to do, it does lacklusterly. Like if it's gonna be like a father-son drama, does it really bad. Yep. If it's gonna be like a fucking shoot 'em up action movie,
a weird I got a crush on you and go fuck my son, like, or fuck my stand-in son.
And like the whole stripping scene, super fucking weird. But yeah, like action movie does it really bad. An espionage movie does it really fucking bad.
Horrible.
And it just combines all of them together and doesn't do any of them justice, and ends up just being much less than what it wants to be. And it's like you don't give a shit about the characters at all. Like there's no fucking care. Like the first encounter with the love interest, Will Smith's just like, "Are you working for the DIA? Like who the fuck are you? I burned you. You're burnt toast now. Now I'm Will Smith. I got you. Oh, you want to go to dinner?" And she's just like, "Hey, you crazy guy. Leave your craziness at home, and then
That's not what she said. That's not what they sound like."
Oh, sorry.
But no, sorry. It is a horrible. That's basically how they translate.
Yeah, and it's like, she was an agent and whatnot, but the whole thing was just so dumb.
I love both of these actors too. That's why I'm like trying to be on their side, man. Like,
did he even say? And you can correct me in the comments if I missed it, but what was the main reason why they needed Gemini Man dead? Was it literally just he's getting old and retiring?
There was some line where he was like, he says, secret opera info.
That's what I mean. But did we ever find out what that info was? No,
he was just like, I don't know the info, man.
Or was it literally, because like it starts out like he retires, and then there's like, oh yeah, he's retiring, so we got to kill him. And then it's like, oh no, he actually got secret info from his boss, so we got to kill him now because he's a loose end. But then they were like, no, you were created and cloned to replace me, and now that I'm like retiring and leaving, that you're gonna kill me and you're gonna take over as like me. So it was because he was retiring. So you didn't catch any hidden information that he had.
Man, I'm not gonna lie, every once in a while this is the type of movie where you start doing your grocery list and you're
see, like that's exactly, and like all of these like emotional scenes that it tries to have were just like, oh yeah, like me and my dad, like we had bad times, and this is what my life has been like, and I'm old now and I know you're me, and all this. Like it just tries to do like all this fucking weird stuff, and you don't give a shit about any of the characters at all. Like literally Will Smith is just like a nameless fucking assassin guy who just so happens to be like the best of the best of the best, sir,
with honors.
You know, like all the people who made this movie, they were just really excited, and none of the audience members, they don't know why they were there. You know,
none of the. We were there to watch a shitty ass movie.
Yeah, there was no claps, by the way.
No, we all got up the fuck out of there. We walked up to the ticket taker, and I was like, just so you know, we don't want to see this movie. I'm not even kidding. I said that.
So yeah, like we decided to go see this movie literally as a joke because we have Regal Unlimited, and it was like we wanted to see SCREENX.
Hey man, it came through. It's not so bad that I'm gonna like buy it and want to rewatch it, like Serenity. Serenity was a movie that came out earlier this year, and it was the type of bad that I'm gonna want to revisit. But this is just like,
just never watch again.
Woof.
Insult anyone who says it's good.
And if you're gonna watch it, I honestly recommend seeing it in one of these stupid fucking formats because it's just laughable. There were a lot of 3D shots.
Yeah,
I could tell, and I was like, oh, I guess we watched this in the wrong format.
But that being said, that was the main reason we went to see this in SCREENX.
So anything we should say before we move on to SCREENX about the plot?
I mean, I'm ready to move. I'm ready to move on. We'll go into more plot as we're talking.
Yeah,
about
we will. But it's just so fucking dumb. Okay, so let me explain what SCREENX is. SCREENX is a ripoff of Cinerama, which also sucked. So, Cinerama was like a projection system in the 50s that used 3 projectors to create a wide image, and it only lasted like 2 years because it fucking wasn't great. And so now they're trying to bring back something similar called
Reboot.
SCREENX. And which pisses me off because all the advertisements are like the first triple camera system, and it's like, no, it already happened. But so yeah, there's 5 projectors in this theater, two on each side wall, and then the standard projector. And we're watching fucking this movie with ridiculous peripheral vision on the side of mostly CG added in backgrounds and shit like that.
Yeah, the sides do not line up very well at all.
They don't line up.
They do not look nearly as good. Like, the quality is degraded a ton.
Significantly. Like, in my head I was like, oh, it looks half as bad, but then I was like, no, half of 4K is 2K. It looks even worse.
Yeah,
it's
it
like,
looks worse
it
than
looks like your fucking high school projector, like when you go to class or something.
And it's like, the idea of any filmmaking is to capture what you're trying to get in frame.
Yes.
Like, we're not gonna film this by, like, having our camera face the fucking road out here and just, like, you hear us talk with, like, some ambient fucking car B-roll footage. Like, that's fucking dumb.
Some people do
Like,
it.
you know, like, yeah, and that's basically what those side screens are, is you're just seeing extra stuff that's in the scene that you don't need to see because the director and the cinematographer are putting everything you need to see in frame.
Yeah, it's
in general.
It's just like, if you need this for your movie to be good, then it's probably a fucking total piece of shit. And if it improves a movie, then the movie's probably not that great. Because it is just like, it's like a theme park ride. It really is. When it started, I felt like we just got out of line at Disneyland and we're checking out the new fucking Terminator 3D short or something.
Yeah, and like, what was up with that 3D short? Like, it's animated so fucking poorly, and like, yeah, it made me motion sick. We had to change seats.
Yeah, we moved back even further. So not only do the side screens look like they're in like fucking VHS quality, but they're completely like different color, and the saturation is way lower as well.
Mm-hmm. And the screen, the wall that it's fucking projected on is like, it's a completely different shade than the actual screen, so it displays light differently.
No, I walked up and I touched the regular screen and it was like nice, like super smooth and soft, and this one was like cloth. It had holes in it, and it was just like, it was almost like bulletin board material or something. Right. It was not the same, and
and yeah, anything that like looked blue, like night shots, were green on the side.
If it was blue in the movie, it was green on the side. If it was green in the movie, it was yellow on the side.
Yeah. It just pulled like color out of whatever you were watching it on.
It didn't match. Like, say this is stupid, but say this is like a bench in the movie, and here's the end of the screen, and so here's SCREENX. The other bench would be like here. And so during every action sequence, nothing was connected.
Yeah, nothing's connected or synced. Plus, there's like bars essentially on the side that kind of like the screens don't blend together. There's a section of the corner of the rooms that are black and don't look great. But yeah, the reason we saw SCREENX, with Gemini Man in SCREENX, is because we didn't want to watch a movie that we were probably going to enjoy, have it be ruined,
or even trying to enjoy.
Yeah,
like It Chapter 2. You know, I wasn't a fan, but if I'm gonna go rewatch it, I don't want to see it like this.
Yeah, and yeah, just, you know, in general, just wanted to check it out. And yeah, we've had low hopes for Gemini Man literally since the very first time I saw it. It's just like, you took a piece of me and made another me.
Never seen that.
It's just like, yeah, it's cloning. It's like, it's not that fucking good. Like, literally, it acts like cloning is the most fucking just like mind-blowing fucking thing in the
All right, we're straying off from SCREENX. I'm gonna say one thing though that strays off from SCREENX. This felt like a shelved, like early '80s action movie that got punched up in the '90s and then shelved again, and now they're shooting it. It's like the dialogue was bad. So
SCREENX.
There were 9 SCREENX sequences.
Yeah, that's more than I expected.
And there were, me too. So the first one was like a train sequence. We're on a train, and you can see like heads of people and the cameras going through. And when they go through a tunnel, it like makes it a tunnel on the side.
One thing that was cool about that shot is like they would do the standard 2-shot camera where one camera's facing one person, one camera's facing the other, and they have a conversation back and forth. And on the sides, one of the side screens, whichever side it was on, you could kind of see their face.
Man.
I mean, it was unique.
It was.
Like it got points to that for me, but like, yeah, it didn't look good, and it didn't add anything because they're not fucking talking when they're off screen.
Well, they do stuff too, where it's like there's a shot on the main screen, and then there's a motorcycle in the left screen, and then the motorcycle starts to move, and when it gets to the main screen, it would cut to that cycle going into it, which is clever concept, but it doesn't work. Also, every fucking time it cuts, the side projectors can't keep up with the main projector, and they lag. Every fucking cut lags a tiny little bit, and it was fucking super obnoxious. Did you notice that?
I was trying my best to not even pay attention to the side screens.
That's the thing too, is I was reading an interview from like the CEO or something, and he was like, because people asked him like, why do they look like shit and don't match? And he's like, you're not supposed to look at them, guys. But it's like, you got Gemini, man, and clearly you are supposed to look at the sides at times.
It's like, if you're not supposed to look at the sides, why are they there?
So there was a dream sequence with water where we the audience are being drowned.
Right, yeah, that weird fucking flashback to like his parents or something. It's like that must have been one of the ghosts he was talking about.
The ghosts with guns.
Ghosts.
Oh fuck! That's the one quote I'm taking from this movie. I'm quoting the ghosts with guns for the rest of my life.
There was a few like super funny quotes. I forgot all of them because I hate this movie.
Dude, there were so many where I was just like, Jesus. There was a boat escape in SCREENX where she's running, looking for stuff, looking for the keys to escape, and the sides are all shaky and fucking obnoxious, and it gave me a headache. The sniper sequence was the longest and probably worst SCREENX sequence when he first meets himself. The entire sniper motorcycle sequence.
I was done with the movie when I was done before we even showed up, but like when he like gets himself like young Will in the crosshairs and doesn't take the shot, it's just like, okay, this is fucking dumb. Like, if he's a fucking trained assassin, he would have done it. And they tried to justify it later with being like, you're gonna end up being the first person I didn't kill for money, or I killed for free or fucking whatever. And it's just like, okay, dude, so that's your integrity reason of why you didn't kill the kid when you first fucking saw him. Like, he's obviously taken multiple fucking shots at you, like. And like, what was up with the fucking minigun scene? Just like this random fucking dude in like a mask and like the mask, like they just have this close up his face. And
dude,
he's
the
just like,
Star Wars sequence.
Yeah, dude, it's like fucking like the 50 cal shots look good, but like why were they there? Like, why did they need to bring a 50 cal to bring down like a 50 cal fucking minigun to fucking take down? Like, it's like that. You bring that to take down the Predator. You know what I mean? Like this is Will Smith we're talking about here. All right, he was just in Aladdin as the genie. All right, you don't
great year for Will Smith.
You don't need to take out you don't need a minigun to take that guy out. All right, you need a fucking irregular diet.
So there was a riot SWAT scene, which was like a training sequence that lasted like fucking about as long as Wong lasts in bed. Apparently, there was a joke about that, so we learned about that. Fucking Wong from Benedict Wong from Doctor Strange and the Avengers movies is in this playing the same exact fucking character that he plays in those movies.
Apparently he dies and we just don't care. Like,
yeah.
There's no mourning or anything. It's just like, yep, he's dead. He didn't get out in time. Sorry.
There was an infrared... There was a scene that started like he turned on his infrared and then the walls went. And then
pointless shot.
He walked around infrared and then they just have a conversation for like 5 minutes. Will and Will have a conversation for 5 minutes and it's in SCREENX the whole time. And like throughout the movie, anytime they're having conversations, there's no SCREENX. And during this scene,
and the whole night vision scene was pointless because like he literally the first thing he does is like put a flare into his face and
the night vision thing lasted 2 seconds.
Point for night vision at all.
And then it leads into a fight. I think that's why they didn't want to be like SCREENX for 2 seconds. Okay, SCREENX gone. Now SCREENX again.
Yeah.
So they were just like, fuck it, just have it during the car.
That would be the whole thing.
The car crash that led into the big chase sequence and whatnot. I hated this one in SCREENX as well.
Yeah, I mean, they probably barely even fucking remember it, man.
Yeah, dude. That's why I wrote them down. I took notes during the movie.
Right.
I'm never on my phone in movies, and this was one where I was like, fuck it. Then, there's a third man. They
cloned more than one.
Spoiler alert. I'm really sorry we ruined the movie for you. But yeah, there's a third one.
Yep. He doesn't talk, though. He just goes...
He doesn't feel pain. And then they discuss eugenics and whether or not they should implement them to make people not feel and yet feel at the same time.
Yeah, it's like trying to be deep like Black Mirror, but it's like not at all.
Oh, wow. That reminds me of another stupid-ass trying to be deep fucking movie that we just saw. The Joker.
The Joker.
The Joker.
He looked like the Joker.
He fucking sucked like the Joker. I enjoyed this more than Joker. I enjoyed Gemini Man more than Joker. Had a blast at this. Had a blast. Laughing with my friends. Having a ball. Not just sitting there watching a man try to win an Oscar and be self-indulgent. What up?
It's a bold statement.
And then 6 months later...
Fucking...
They're on a university in SCREENX.
Yeah, his Will Smith's young Will Smith's face looked the worst in this fucking scene. So fucking bad. Like, wow. Like,
it was really bad at the end.
If you watched Justice League and you were like, Henry, your mustache looks awful.
Yeah, it made Henry Cavill look like fucking, I don't know, Avatar or Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, like, yeah. It's just, it's so bad and laughable and just like, I think that it's like, it's not on Tommy Wiseau levels, but the level of like how serious and how amazing the creators just knew this movie was going to be, like how much hype it got, like the things that they've been saying about
it's
it.
It's because they know it sucks. They're over marketing because they want asses in seats.
It's like that level.
And they got like, Will fucking Smith, man.
Yeah, the level of overindulgence of their own like idea of what is talent and like what makes a good movie, that's on Wiseau levels for sure. But no one could beat the king, of course. But yeah, Gemini Man, fucking so goddamn bad. Can't believe I actually went and saw this fucking movie.
Yeah,
this is like, yeah, the fuck. I'll never get that time back, never get that time back.
Well, no, we had an experience, man, and now I'm legit. This is gonna make me appreciate future films more, and past experiences value them even further because none of them were on SCREENX. Like, I really hated when I had the first time I saw Aquaman that I saw it in 3D, and I'm looking back at that now, and I'm like, it's pretty good comparatively. I mean, shit. All right, let's talk about the trailers. There's a couple. Black and...
Wait, any final thoughts?
Final thoughts on Gemini Man. Raise your kids right.
Yeah, it should have been Sagittarius, man.
Sagittarius, dude. Oh my god, dude, the cinematic universe potentials. Oh, you could have fucking the Virgo man. You could have Gemini man versus Libra man. You could have fucking astrological symbols all out attack. Oh man, endless movies.
Dude, that would be, dare I say, the most ambitious crossover in cinema history.
Bam.
Bam.
You know, the last thing I'd like to say is fucking bring back Mary Elizabeth Winstead. Give her fucking good roles, not this. She was in Scott Pilgrim vs. the World. She was John McClane's daughter.
She did, yeah.
And she's been awesome. And don't forget about her, Hollywood.
You do her dirty with Gemini, man.
You did her dirty with this movie.
Okay. Trailers.
Okay, Black and Blue. Have you heard about this?
Okay, Black and Blue. I know a little bit about it. I don't know if it's about like a true story or not, but it's
doesn't look like it.
It's like a cop, sees some corrupt cop shit and is like, I'm gonna report the cop. Like, she's from the hood, goes to become a cop, and is like still on the side of the streets, basically.
Because she like understands it. Yeah, that concept interests me a lot, but. Continue.
Yeah, I'm definitely skeptical about it, with the whole like Thin Blue Line movement and whatnot. I really feel like a movie like this needs to be made, but whether or not it's gonna go and be bold enough to like actually change opinions and not just be another like, dick of a cop stroking fucking movie of just like some bad apples, but bad apples. That they're not that bad in comparison to a whole basket full of not so bad apples.
No, I've often like considered that too, like how like a black person who's a cop feels when those type of events happen, and I just and what that experience is like, and and I don't want this movie to suck. I don't.
I really don't.
Yeah. But it just almost looks just kind of standard. Like they're just going at it like an average cop action movie, and they're not going to take any risks because they don't want to piss people off.
Yeah, that's the vibe that I'm basically getting. It's like if they decide to be bold and they go like full on, try to shine a light on like the inner,
like Steve McQueen and Widows.
Yeah, like inner, workings of like what police are doing and like the actual like effects of their actions, then fuck yeah, I'm down for it. But it needs to do it well, and
we'll go see it.
Yeah, I'll see it for sure.
All right, Just Mercy. This one's vague in my head. Which one's this one? Just Mercy. Oh, this was the one with Jamie Foxx. And the guy who was in Creed, I'm pretty sure. And it looks like he's in prison for something, and it's like a courtroom drama. I can't remember.
Yeah, I can't remember too much.
The trailer wasn't giving me much to work off of, and I was fucking around with something. I remember it looking fine, like okay.
I remember saying that's the guy from Django.
Yeah, it was also having themes of like racism and bigotry within the judicial system. But I guess we forgot. Queen and Slim. I've been really excited for this one. This was a new trailer that we saw.
I've seen it before online.
Oh, this second one?
Yeah.
Okay, because I like this one made what they did clearer. Like the other one, the way it was cut really just made it seem like they just murdered a cop and that he didn't do anything, but this one shows that he like attacks them first, so it's clearer. But I liked the use of the acapella fucking Bee Gees in the first trailer a little more than they'd use slowed down Bee Gees. We're still super creative. But yeah, this movie looks fucking good and a lot of fun, and it looks like it's not clean cut. It doesn't look like it's gonna play anything safe.
Right.
and fucking goddamn it, I can never remember his name. Daniel Kaluuya, I think his name is.
I don't know his name.
Pretty sure it's that.
I love him.
It's Daniel. I know that's his first name. But yeah, he's great. He's one of those actors at this point that it's like he's in it, I'll see it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and every movie I've seen him in so far has been incredible. And even just when I first saw him in Black Mirror, I was like, "Holy shit, this guy!"
Yeah,
like
such a powerful performance.
That episode, 15 Million Merits, is honestly the whole span of the episode is like not that great, and when he like what he does with it and like his speech kind of at the end rounding out everything and just continuing the status quo.
It's true, man.
Dude, he makes that episode.
Another Daniel sidebar, man. In Widows, that scene when he tells the guy to freestyle and then just walks around him and just stares him in the eye, man. Oh my God, dude.
Yeah,
if
you haven't seen Widows,
dude.
go see Widows, man. He is fucking cold as fuck in that movie, man. He stabs a motherfucker with an ice pick a couple times, and it's fucking awesome. Check it out.
Like a Boss, the Netflix comedy that's going straight to theaters now. It doesn't look horrible. It looks fine.
Which one's this one? Remind me.
This was the one. It's got a pretty good cast. It has Tiffany Haddish, fucking Selma Hayek, chick who's blonde roots fucking needed to get dyed.
Oh, this was the like they have a company, another chick.
Yeah, and it's like parent companies are fighting, and then it's like we're gonna get you and
corporate warfare drama.
It doesn't look. It looks like something now that I have the Regal app I might see, but it's one of those like Netflix like, oh, this has people I know in it. I'll check it out.
Yeah.
Fucking Tiffany Haddish is hitting it big right now. She's been in like fucking 5 movies in the last 2 years. She's hilarious.
Damn.
And Selma Hayek, man, what the fuck? She still looks really good. Like, don't mean that in like a shitty way, but in just like a like.
Damn.
I'm just like, I just watched Dogma the other night, and it's just like she fucking hasn't aged a day. Like, and if she's had surgery and stuff, they did a good job. Like,
all right, don't go see Gemini Man.
Oh, don't go see Gemini Man. Fucking, yeah.
That's literally like all we gotta say about
That's it.
Right. We'll see you guys in the next one. Next episode, something super special happening. It's gonna be awesome. Bye-bye.